welcome to this very quick overview of the licensing procedure on Bridgetech probes and VBC. So I'm using a VB330 appliance server. So if we have a look at the About tab and we look at the current set of licenses installed, you'll see that we've got 100 ETR engines licensed. Now, say we've purchased a license for 1,000. So we just press the renew button. Everything is done in the background. The probe doesn't even need to reboot. And we go back to the license tab. You can see that we now have 1,000 ETR engines licensed. It really is as simple as that. Now let's look at the offline procedure. Now it's not as simple as the online procedure because that only requires a single button press, but it's still very convenient. You can see that we've gone back to 100 ETR engines. Now we need to go to the Renew License Offline button and click that. We'll now be prompted to save the request document to a PC. This PC or some other PC needs to be attached to the internet so it can access our license server. So you may in that case need to move files between PCs. The license server now takes up the story and asks you to choose a file. This will be the file, the request file that you downloaded. You upload that to our license server, request a new license, and then the license server will provide you with a file that you can upload to your probe. It appears that the file that is returned to a Windows file is a .pem file, and yet as you'll see on my Mac it's a .cer file. The file extension is browser dependent and is not taken into account by the probe when it uploads the license file. If we now go back to the probe, we now choose this license file, either the PEM or the CER file, and click the Go button. We can see that the license key has been imported and everything else works. If we look back at the license, we can now see we have 1,000 ETR engines. And finally, to release a license so that it may be used in a different probe, you just go down to that same area and click the release button. So that, in a few steps, is how you renew licenses or add a new license to a probe. I hope you found it useful, and if you've got any questions or need more information, then Bridgetech support, that's support@bridgetech.tv, or your sales representative is the first place to go. Thank you for watching.